Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're doing another journal with me, and these are just the pages that I've done so far. This week is, I believe, the last full week of March, and a lot of things happened, so I have a lot of pictures for this week. I'm gonna try to make this part go by really quickly just because there's so many pictures. I'd say it was pretty eventful all throughout the week. I took a trip to Burlingame, went out and met up with a friend, went to the park, just did so many things. But I have been missing home a bit because the cosmos flowers that I planted in my planter back at home are blooming and they're so pretty. They're a mixture of pink and yellow, and we got them from Belair, the seeds, I mean. I planted them before I left during my trip, and they're blooming now, and it really inspired me to start planting some seeds myself here in San Francisco. And I am actually planting the same kind of flower, just a different color, because that pink and yellow one is a very special variety. Almost, I don't think it's even a variety, it's just a mixture through germination that happened in Belair, but they're so pretty. I'm gonna be planting the same kinds of colors too: pink, yellow, orange. But yeah, it's nice that I'm able to do this here. When I first moved, it was kind of overwhelming just how different so many things were, and gardening was something that I had to start all over again from the beginning because the weather's different, the wind is different, and the types of flowers are pretty different varieties, and it's not always a bad thing. It can be a good thing. Like, I'm able to plant some things here that I'm not able to plant in the Philippines. So I'm very excited for the outcome of all of this. Excited to see it. I am using the orange palette this week, and I'm topping it off with some of my white Posca marker just to make the words pop, and doing this is actually one of my favorite things ever. Adding some stars too. I just felt like orange was the vibe for this week because it was so bright, it was so warm, it was wonderful to be outside, and so I went out a bunch. I wanted to go visit my cousin in Pacifica and my nephew, but I had a black eye from an accident that happened, and so I didn't really want to scare my nephew, so I kind of held off on doing that. Now I'm using my mild liner. This is the brush pen type of mild liner. I also have the highlighters, but I don't really use those anymore since I don't really study anymore. But I'm so glad that I went with these brush pen mild liners a while back because I use them a bunch. I just love how they're very pastel-y and they're very soft. And they go really, really well in my color palettes whenever I mix them up with my Tombow markers. On Tuesday, I think that my biggest highlight was making mongo. We had recently gone grocery shopping at Grocery Outlet, which is from now on the only place I'm going to do my major grocery shopping. And they sold chicharron there, and the chicharron was actually really, really good, so I was inspired to make mongo. On Wednesday, I met up with my friend Marga. I met her at Burlingame, which is outside of San Francisco. It was always a good time. It's always a good time in Burlingame. I'm using I think this is a Pilot marker. Let me check. Oh no, it's a Pentel Pentel. So that's a Japanese brand, but I really like these. They're very fine and very firm brush tips, so I'm able to write smaller and get all the nice curves that I like in my calligraphy. Anyway, at Burlingame, some of the things that were very exciting was first, of course, catching up with Marga, and then we had lunch at my favorite poke bowl place, which is Tuna Kahuna. And then after our hangout, I played pickleball in Burlingame for the first time, and then I ate from my favorite ice cream shop, Salt and Straw. So it was just a day full of like my favorite things, and it was very, very fun. And then in the evening, I cooked some beef stew. Now I'm using my Tombow brush pen for Thursday. And this day, Rob was working from home. And whenever he works from home, I always feel a little bit, I wouldn't say cramped, but he has meetings, and sometimes I don't like going into the room whenever that's happening. So it definitely feels a little less free to roam around the house. But it's always fun when he's home because we get to have meals together, and that was probably one of my highlights for the day. On Friday, I hung out with Marga again, and we went to my favorite park, Dolores Park, and we ate some burritos while kind of bathing in the sun on a picnic blanket. And there was this little dog that just sat with us for the longest time, and we thought the owner knew that the dog was with us, but apparently not. After that, we watched a show with Rob. It's a Channel 5 show. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's kind of like a docu style channel. And on Saturday, I played at East Cut, which is a pickleball spot in the Embarcadero in San Francisco. And it was really, 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 really fun. I enjoyed it so much. And after that, because it was such a beautiful day, I went to this party that my friend was hosting. And it's called a Darty because it's a day party. And it was on the roof, and it was very fun. And I got to see a bunch of my friends from Manila because it was like a Filipino group party plus their friends. So yeah, it was nice. And there's a DJ who was our friend too. There were games. It was just generally very fun. So we did that, and I drank a lot, but not too much. Anyway, I think I'm gonna just do that. Sunday, I didn't write. I don't remember why I didn't write on Sunday, but I didn't. And this is generally what my planner looks like so far. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay safe, sane, and inspired. Hugs and besos. Bye.